We're off for a day of double Jeopardy. Explain more a bit later on. Been a tough weekend for Dave. It's Father's Day, and you'll know from a couple of episodes ago that he lost his son Joel just before Christmas. And Joel at that time gave him a gift, and Dave decided to open that gift at Father's Day, so that was the day before yesterday. So he'll have had a tough day. Lord help us.
Now, the truth is...
Oh, I'm getting wet. I'm getting wet on your boat already.
Winch. The truth is, we picked the perfect day to dry our boats out and scrub the bottom. It saves a couple of £100. It's got to be worthwhile. There's thunderstorms, 6 mil of rain. Couldn't be better, really. Plenty of tide. We've got at least 0.1 of tide.
We're drying 2 fin-keel boats out, so it's double the chance of catastrophe.
Double jeopardy, yeah, you said.
We shall see.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'll have to show you his fender board. It's like a little bit of...
Listen.
What would you call that?
That's a fender board. My mate George from over the road gave me that.
That's not a fender board.
He said you can keep it.
No, you can keep it. I know why you didn't want it. That's not a fender board. That's balsa wood. If I was into balsa wood models, I'd borrow that.
Ah, so ungrateful.
Yeah. So we got 2 scrubbing grids, 0.3 difference in drying height between the two, and 0.3 difference in the draft of our boats. So we should get both boats on. We should ground at the same time and float at the same time.
Be a good check of our draft, actually, that, or Adam, the harbour master's drying height. If he's got that wrong, then we're in a wee bit of
yeah, we need 3.3 metres of tide to get on these scrubbing grids, and there's 3.5 at high today, so we haven't got a lot to play with.
True. It's low pressure, fortunately.
We're about to get cool runnings on the first grid, and we'll go back for Injuna. Hopefully we end up going home today with 2 boats intact.
Watch this space.
We're not sure we've got enough water yet, but we're going to give it a go. Not sure about this. It's the tiniest bit of pine that you can imagine leaning against, but we shall see. If you hear a snap during the afternoon, we know it didn't quite work.
Down, all right?
It's not a fender board, Dave.
George loaned me that and then said I could keep it once I've drilled holes in it.
Yeah, good old George. There's 1, there's 2. Just going to go and have a look and see what the tide gauge is saying, and then we'll take 0.3 off of that. Tide gauge is reading 1.8 on this one. That means we've got 1.5 on that one. We need 1.6, so I'll hover for a bit.
0.9. Jeffrey does fall in.
Got it, I'm holding.
I'm on 0.
You've got a bit of grace, haven't you? I think we're probably on the concrete now, so.
There it goes.
Yeah, just touch. Yeah. Just hold it on the prop. Hold it against the tide will be a... Perfect for your fenders, Dave.
Yeah.
Just adjust your springs in a minute to bring this board into the middle of these 2. You want to have at least one of these level with that, and that one of those level with that.
So what are we going to do? Just bring the boat forward a wee bit, yeah?
Yeah, I would say put a couple of springs on.
We're
But that's one successfully docked.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got one successfully moored up. I'm going to go and get in Juna now while Dave just finishes his lines. Right. Here we go then.
It is now raining, by the way, so as we said, what could possibly go wrong? We've also been cleaning the bottom of my tender. I'll give Dave a shot of how it looked before.
I saw most of it.
And after. It's quite impressive. A big, not an oyster exactly, but a clam-shaped thing like that on the bottom of the tender. Loads of barnacles. So there must be petition for anti-foul on the bottom of tenders next. What is intriguing is we're quite convinced that Cool Running's prop is barnacled up because the power and the rev ratios have dropped down. And just looking at the prop on the tender outboard, which is only in the water a little bit at the time, it's about 1/3 covered with barnacles. So we'll see what happens.
I'll show you later. It's going to be a mess. This stand in the tide just goes on and on for hours. It's got the actual. We thought we were high tide. The water's just gone up. It went down, and it went back up again.
Father's Day presents, by the way. New bucket with fender material so it doesn't mark your deck. Have you found, any of you, that black rubber buckets mark the deck worse than what you're trying to clean? And how about this for a Father's Day present? Sonic scrubbers. Apparently cuts scrubbing time by up to 75%, eliminates cleaning fatigue. Talking of which, look how filthy his boat is. He likes to control the video. Have you noticed that?
This is terribly alarming. I've got to say, as many times as I've done it, I'll never get used to it. Every time you walk around, you feel like you're going to tip the thing over. High at the front, low at the bow. Nothing to do now. You've committed. Leaning at 5 to 6, 7 degrees now, maybe. Dave's prop definitely needs a bit of a clean. Anyway, she's alright. That'll clean up nicely. I know it's changed. No. I'll come and have a look. So we've got the prop all cleaned and greased up with waterproof grease. I'm tapping around looking for blisters, and hull seems pretty good. It's a bit disconcerting being under here, but get used to it. Sail drive anode is pretty simple. This is a split one, so 2 Allen keys. Always comes off easy. A little bit of Loctite on the bolts as they go back in. Make sure these water intakes are clear. We tend to hang these lines down because it gets a bit slippery on these decks, so it gives you something to grip onto or hold onto should you need it. Been on the go for about 5 or 6 hours now, so we're going to have a cup of tea. 6 o'clock in the evening, still raining. It's a good job we're fit young men. Look at the state of your face.
Clean job.
Look at your face. It's all over your face.
It's good for us.
If we were old men.
Yeah, it would be bad. I must admit, thoughts of salmonella and listeria, or whatever you get from barnacle spit, have gone through my mind, my eyes and my mouth several times. I am thinking about my holiday Friday. What a foolish act it would be to save £400 by spending 12 hours in the rain scrubbing down barnacle juice and missing the holiday. You know what I mean?
But Dave,
yeah,
I'm going away next week as well.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I want to sail this boat before it all grows back, and that gives us about 2 weeks. Still, annos are done, oil change.
Yeah.
Props all sorted.
All
Your
good.
prop needed it, didn't it?
Oh man, that was something else. I'm going to show the folks a picture.
We're just hoping that we've got enough tide tonight when it comes
To get
back to
off.
float off. We'll find out.
Tell you what, it's very good doing it. 2 boats, 2 guys. Number one, you wouldn't want to do this on your own from a safety angle because it's easy to slip. Something could fall, but also just the motivation. It's just much better, 2 boats. Plus he made me a cup of tea. Made me a cup of tea.
Oh, behave at first.
It is.
Behave at first. Come on, first today. It's the best cup of tea you've had today as well.